Good morning, students. How are you, all of you? Today we can start our history class. And in previous class, we studied chapter 3, the first farmers and herders. And there we studied about the new stone age. What all the tools we were making with the stones and all we studied, and what all the achievements, the agriculture, the invention of pottery, the invention of wheel, this all we studied in the previous class. And today we can study the customs and practices of the Neolithic people. Before starting the class, you can take your textbook on page number 18. And in the Neolithic age or the Neolithic people, they were having several customs and practices for themselves. The women, they were taking care of the houses and the children. What are the housework like cooking, washing, this all work the women they were doing, and they are taking care of the small children. And the men, they were hunting, gathering, farming and herding, ploughing and fishing. This all work were doing by the men. And the children, what they were doing? The children, they were taking care of the plants and driving away the animals and the birds. This all the work were doing by the women and men and the children. And now we can see they are having a leader in their time, and the leader should be the oldest person, and they are believing that the leader should be the wisest man. And the sun, the moon and the water, the cow, these all things they are worshipping or they are adoring these things. And when a man is dying, that time the people they were taking, the relatives or their friends, they are taking their bodies and they are burying the dead. And with burying that time, they are taking the things or the objects, what are the things or objects they use before the leaving time, what are the things they use, this also they were burying with that dead body. These all things we can see in the customs and practices of the Neolithic people. And next we can study the Chalcolithic age. Chalcolithic age. The Stone Age lasted 8000 BC to 4000 BC and started the Chalcolithic age. The Chalcolithic age was in 4000 BC to 2000 BC. All of you know that when we are keeping down the stones and all, it will break easily. The same way, the stone tools would break easily and could not return their sharpness. This was the very big problem for the humankind. After while the Neolithic people they were digging, they got the substance. This substance was very different from the normal stone tools which they used. That was the copper. And the copper was the first metal to be discovered and used by the man. And the copper tools they can sharpen in various tools and all. The period when man used both copper and the stone tools is called the Chalcolithic age or the Copper age. And what is the meaning of the Chalcolithic? The chalco, it is a copper, and lithos means stone. So this is known as the Chalcolithic age or the Copper age. Later, other materials or metals were also discovered. So man started to make different tools and other things by mixing the different metals, and it was very strong and more useful. And next we can see how the religion started in the Chalcolithic age. In both the Neolithic and the Chalcolithic people considered the lightning, thunder, heavy rain, forest fire, earthquake and flood as the wrath of the nature or the greater anger of the nature. So what they are doing, they feared the process, and they started to worship. Water, food grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, meat, these all they are getting from the nature. So a strong faith developed and he became thankful to the unknown. Later they were worshipping the things from the nature and they started the religion. And in this chapter we studied about the Neolithic and the Chalcolithic age, what all the achievements they found in this period and the life of the people and all. So today we can do the exercise from the exercise of this chapter, the question answers, all we can do.